Kelvin, I'll let you start on this thing here because this will be one of your low points of your career on The Odd Couple. And just be careful. I just want you. Okay, I want you. You want to have a long career here.
I do.
Okay, so go ahead, Rob G. Set this up. So Kelvin. Yeah.
You while you were where you were going, we had some conversation, right, Rob G?
We already know. I saw the bad take on that, and I was glad I didn't work that night. That was obviously a night I wasn't working.
Okay, well, just to give you pull the curtain back on what happens in the Odd Couple group chat. Rob Parker, of course, I'm a reporter, but anything baseball related,
I'm trying to show
I'm going to make
news.
sure I act like a public relations officer.
No, I'm not. I just want you to see. Wait a minute. Do I send you stories? It could be about any sport. Do I put it in the group chat?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so I don't just put baseball stories.
But you go hardcore PR with baseball.
At 8:57 a.m.
Be quiet. Was
Rob
it that
Parker
early?
sent a screenshot that he took the night before at 11:26.
I didn't take it. No, somebody sent it to me.
And it's a screenshot of the Sunday Night Baseball TV ratings. Sunday's Mets-Yankees game averaged 2.54 million viewers, the most watched Sunday Night Baseball broadcast since August of 2018. That's a big number.
That's a long time.
That's great for them.
2018.
The only problem is, also on Sunday, Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever in their season opener against Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky averaged 2.7 million viewers, peaked at 3.1 million on ABC, making it the largest WNBA audience ever on an ESPN network. That, of course.
Now, wait a minute. It was on ABC.
It was. But ESPN and an ABC partnership.
No, it was on over-the-air television.
Rob Parker.
No.
Let's get to the point.
Kelvin, you know television.
I do know television.
Is Spectrum Cable the same as one of the local stations' over-the-air channels?
No.
247.
I'll give you that.
No, you can't be. And I'm just telling you.
That's true. But I'm going to give
just
you.
Just raw numbers because more people have free TV than have cable.
But I'm going to give you.
Well, go ahead.
Here's the difference.
Go ahead. Just go ahead and make your point.
I will concede that more 20 years ago. You either have cable or you don't. Like, everybody's watching. There's no such thing as, like, I have TV without cable. You have cable.
No, you don't. Everybody doesn't have cable.
And you can access everything now through online. So watching something on 247
but
cable
it's based off
basically
of the television.
the same.
No, it's not the same.
Also,
your numbers are not the same as KNBC and Los. I don't care how many people have cable. Your numbers do not match up with the local TV stations. I'm talking about the raw numbers of people watching.
All right.
I'm convinced of that.
Don't be surprised.
Okay.
Don't be surprised.
I'm going to bring in some numbers for you to show you.
Because here's what I'm saying.
Because it ain't the same. Cable is never... even the NFL games are not as big on cable.
This is why this is a great conversation for the WNBA.
Just go ahead.
The fact that he has to go to the semantics of it shows how well this is for the WNBA. That we have to go to the justifications of the semantics.
Make your point.
No, this is part of the point.
No,
so we had the conversation that prior to this is prior to those numbers, the impetus was the WNBA commissioner. She came out and she said Caitlin Clark is the biggest American sports, most popular American athlete right now. And she later then clarified and said under 30, but initially she said that. So Kerry Rose and I had the conversation, well, I know she's very popular. Is she top 5? And so we came to she's top 5. You got LeBron, you got Steph, you have Patrick Mahomes. And then I said she's probably 4. And Rob G brought up Aaron Rodgers. So I was like, all right, Aaron Rodgers right there. But we had her in the 5. And I said, it's interesting that neither of us or any of us, Rob G, either put a baseball player ahead of her in popularity. Not obviously finances, not obviously in the key part being domestically, because Shohei, obviously in the continent of Asia, is going crazy with the numbers, but domestically. And that was our point. And another person called and brought up one other one, and I said, oh, wow, I would put this person above all, too, maybe even above Caitlin, was Simone Biles. I said, oh, yeah, that Simone Biles for sure.
Okay, I just threw up in my mouth.
You don't think Simone Biles?
No, I don't. Go ahead.
Hold on.
I don't. Go ahead.
I'm not going to lie. You can't say that.
Can or can't?
No, you can't. You can't. Simone's definitely big.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
You're agreeing with me.
Yeah, but like Rob, you can't say that.
You cannot tell me Simone Biles is not bigger than anyone you'd like to name in MLB. And it's not even a knock on MLB as much as it's a compliment to how
just
big Caitlin is. That is the point.
Okay, your point.
That Caitlin Clark, when we were having a conversation, and it wasn't even a knock on baseball.
No, but this is typical. Okay, this is prisoner of the moment. She's in
that's
a
what
league.
we're talking about, the moment.
Okay, but she's in a league that averages 9,000 people. 9,000. And yes, all the numbers are great this time around for her first year because they were so lousy. They didn't go up 1,000%. They went up 48% attendance. 48 when she plays at home or when she goes. She doesn't sell out every game that she plays at. At home, do they sell out? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. They're still in a league that has 5,000 and 6,000 people.
Why you bring up the league?
But I'm talking about her.
Okay.
This is what I'm trying to tell you is the league was so bad that her influence, you think that everybody in America is watching the WNBA or looking at Caitlin Clark and the numbers are astronomical. They're not. There were even some games in the NCAA tournament we talked about where the women's game had very similar numbers. She bested them, but they were very similar. So it's not like it was off the charts or whatever. And when you talk about Shohei, yes, internationally, but you cannot discount him nationally. And what Joe Theismann, an NFL MVP, just talked about is true. We're watching something we've never seen. There's no way Caitlin Clark is bigger than Shohei Ohtani, internationally or nationally. There's no way that Caitlin Clark is bigger than Aaron Judge. I don't care that he hasn't won a championship. There's no way. When you talk about the sales, the ticket sales at Yankee Stadium, his jersey sales, the numbers, when you talk about baseball, you always look at the same thing. Well, a national game of 162, they played 40 WNBA games and still 40 compared to 162. It's like when people judge a Major League Baseball game against an NFL game. Well, if baseball had 16 or 17 games, not 162, if I don't watch Tuesday night's Dodger game, I know I can watch Wednesday, I know I can watch Thursday. If there were 16, 17 baseball games a year, you wouldn't be able to get a Dodger ticket. The reason that the NFL dropped the blackout, Rob G., when you were growing up, there were blackouts, right? Why did they drop blackouts? They can't sell out the stadium. They can't. They used to have an 85%. You grew up in Detroit. Mm-hmm. Who used to have to buy the ticket so that we could see the Lions games?
Who was that?
Art Van. Am I right or wrong?
To the furniture level.
They used to have to buy the tickets because they couldn't sell out the stadium. And my point is, sometimes I think people get caught up when you look at Major League Baseball. They sell 73 million tickets. This is not people. You got to buy tickets, go to the ballpark. You got 73 million during the summer when there's a million things to go and do. When you talk about the NFL, you have a captive audience. It's wintertime. Where are we going? Let me see. Do I want to go to church or do I want to stay home and watch football? What are my options? In the summer, I have so many different options to go see and do in the summer, and they still draw. It's unbelievable. We've seen these record numbers April and May. It's not even the best weather of the year, the best time to go to baseball. I just don't think.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm not done, but I'm just going to tell you the idea that she's bigger than Shohei Ohtani is
right.
Laughable.
Everything you just said was about attendance going to a game.
No, listen.
I
said, Shohei.
Listen.
I just said that.
I don't disagree that people sell out Dodger Stadium, people sell out Yankee Stadium. You're right. Aaron Judge can walk around so much of America, and a lot of people wouldn't know who he is. And that's just the fact.
Such a cop.
It's not a cop out.
Yes, it is.
Oh
He's 6'8". What are you talking about?
And
Aaron?
they will be like, Aaron,
no,
and you know what they would say? They would say, there goes Aaron Gordon.
You
they would think that was Aaron Gordon. Rob, nobody's questioning. Nobody. You're taking it personal as an insult on baseball.
It's an insult, period, to Aaron Judge, who's a star.
He is a star, but you can substitute him with
not.
Mike Trout.
No.
You can substitute him with Bryce Harper.
No, you can't.
Baseball simply.
No, you can't.
It is a truth. When you talk about white
Caitlin Clark, everybody knows who she is if she's walking by. No, they don't.
Yes.
Her minions know. Her minions know.
Rob. Literally, the last 2 to 3 years, everyone knows who she is because of the controversy. You got grown men arguing about her
No, the argument is not even about her. They've
been arguing plenty about her.
That.
And they did go past it. But you got people arguing about her. You got people who never used to watching. I'm not questioning, does baseball have a fan base? That's not the argument. Does baseball have loyalists? Does baseball enjoyable? Absolutely. The question simply was, right now we're talking about the most popular athletes in America. I don't think a single baseball player is larger than obviously LeBron, obviously Steph, obviously Patrick Mahomes, and obviously Kelvin Clark.
You sound crazy. You went to spring training and you saw the crowds to go see Shohei Ohtani. Did you not?
And I just told you.
Okay, no, but you're saying no.
Most of them came from.
No, they did not. Would you stop?
Wait.
You gonna say they came from Japan?
Rob, I literally did stories on it. A lot of the people came from Japan.
Everybody came from. Everybody was Asian. They don't live here.
No,
they don't live here. They flew in from Japan for spring training.
There were literally like.
I'm asking you, how many passports did you check? Come on, Kelvin.
I literally interview people.
I mean, how many?
Are you kidding me?
How many did you interview? And they all came from Japan?
No, of course not.
How did they speak to you?
Rob,
did they have an interpreter?
You want to talk to me? Okay.
Did they have an interpreter?
Actually, literally, some people did.
Okay,
what are you talking about?
Come on, man. You're kidding yourself.
How am I kidding myself I was there? See, this is where now you're making it personal, because now you're saying as if I wasn't there and talking to people.
No,
and
I don't believe that everybody was from Japan.
I never said they were.
What was the percentage? I'm asking you.
I'm not American census, but I know a lot of people literally telling us, holding signs. I came from Japan.
How many people did you see with a sign said I came from Japan?
Of the 140 people there, you do realize there's not a lot of people there.
I'm asking
It's just instead of there being 20, there were 120, Rob. Spring training people there to get ball signed. Dude, you acting like it's 1,000 people. Dude, there was like 150, 200, which normally it's 20 to 30. So the idea that Shohei is massive, yes, especially internationally. Nobody arguing that.
No, you're trying to belittle him to say.
No, we're not belittling him.
Yes, you are, because you're using the term internationally.
Right,
it's not just internationally. He is a huge star in this country.
But the conversation is Caitlin Clark bigger than him?
But it's
and that's the conversation. Nobody's questioning is Shohei not a star.
No, all you're talking about is, internationally, because the Asian people like him. So internationally.
I'm saying that's because you have a whole.
In the United States, he's a huge star. When the Dodgers go anywhere, they sell out.
You're naming baseball fans. Nobody's questioning. If I buy a ticket to Kendrick Lamar's concert tomorrow, guess who else is going to be there? A bunch of Kendrick Lamar fans, Rob. Duh. You're literally telling me the people who are going to a baseball stadium, why would they not know Shohei Ohtani?
That's not what I'm saying.
That's exactly what you just said for 15 minutes.
They're going to the ballpark to go see him, the guy that you say that they don't know.
You're going to a ballpark because they go to see the game. The conversation is broader than baseball.
No, it's not.
That's the point of popularity. People know Taylor Swift whether they go to a Taylor Swift concert or not. Facts are true. Rob G, have you ever been to a Taylor Swift concert?
Negative.
Do you know who Taylor Swift is?
I do.
That's what I'm saying.
Ask Kelvin, Rob G, how many Caitlin Clark games he's taken his kids, his wife and kids to.
I was just there at the Sparks.
Come on, man.
I just was at the Sparks.
When? I asked you to go see Caitlin Clark. Did you go?
I literally went and saw her play the Sparks last season. What are you quick asking me questions when I answer and you don't want to believe me?
How many jerseys have you bought your daughters for Caitlin Clark, who's so popular?
Okay, they don't have a single jersey of anything, of any sport. Okay.
She's so popular.
She is.
I don't know she is, though.
But I don't even understand how this is debatable. Like, you're making it as if this is an indictment and baseball is the worst thing.
This is just a ridiculous comment.
I think
it's totally ridiculous.
Baseball has not done a masterful job of making huge stars within the sport. Absolutely.
I totally disagree. I just don't think that this is a narrative that people have been saying about baseball forever. They've been saying
so if everybody calls you crazy at some point,
baseball's been dead for 25 years or 30. I've been hearing
it's
this.
not dead.
It's a ridiculous.
But it's extraordinarily regional.
It's ridiculous.
And that's fine.
No, it's not.
And that's fine. And it's extraordinarily regional.
And the Indiana Fever or whatever.
Nope. Caitlin Clark
9,000 people.
Caitlin Clark is.
9,000 people. Okay.
Conversation, who's more popular? I said Caitlin Clark is more popular than any star right now in baseball. Rob completely disagrees. What do you say? Who we got?
Guillermo in San Diego. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Guillermo?
Hey, what's going on, Rob? I agree with you. No way, no how Caitlin Clark is a bigger star than Ohtani. Look at his bobblehead lines. There's people waiting there 8 hours before the game
boy.
even starts, and they're 2 miles gone.
Thank you. I've been
You
there.
literally
absolutely.
are naming Dodger Stadium. Like, y'all,
No,
you
no,
guys are making no sense to me.
No, it's not.
And you're naming one game. Look at the baseball
Nobody's making a
Classic.
game.
Look
We're
at the
talking
World
about
Baseball
popularity.
Classic. How many people watched that? It was more than
boy.
2.7 million.
Okay.
Right? When Ohtani was pitching, Japan, that was just in the U.S. It was 55 million
Rob G,
worldwide.
the conversation was domestically, right? That she said American athlete in America. And they keep giving me either domestic or people at the stadium at the game going to see them. They're not giving me popularity. They're not giving me social construct, what everybody's talking about. Whatever. They're not giving me any of that.
Yeah, because that's how you base on whether somebody's interested. It's just like you use TV ratings. That means people are watching and use attendance.
Do you know
because
what Q rating
people decide
is?
to
Do you
go.
know what Q rating is?
I know what a Q rating is.
It's not people who are
All
going
right?
to Lake. If
No,
I'm
but
going to see
trying
LeBron at a
give you-
Laker game.
But I'm trying to tell you also that it does matter on whether or not people are interested in you and going to your things that involve you. That's why
right,
people use
but the
it.
level of popularity surpasses the fans who are only my fans.
Andre-
Right? The grandma in the grocery aisle is when you're starting to talk about American pop culture.
those are the fans who are Caitlin Clark. She has a very faithful group of fans, but not everybody out there. Most women that I know have no interest in Caitlin Clark. I'm talking about the women that I know. I'm not saying your women or people you know. The women that I know could care less about Caitlin Clark. Andre in Massachusetts. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Andre?
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for taking the call. Love this topic, just from the standpoint of it. It does show the cultural force and phenomenon that Caitlin Clark is and how the WNBA game has this tremendous opportunity. Again, I'm coming from the basketball tradition, so real hoopers, I always say, if you love hoops, then you love the WNBA and you support it, and I think that's true across the board. Now, in terms of this topic, let's not get it twisted. Shohei Ohtani has the top Q rating amongst all athletes at 33%. I had to go ahead and look it up.
Go ahead.
Okay?
Please tell Kelvin to look up his Q rating that he brought up and tell him about Ohtani.
So it's the highest among all American pro athletes. He's actually 1 percentage point above Michael Jordan.
And he hasn't played in 25, 20 years.
So first of all, you need to quote sources, Andre, because if you're going to tell me it's him and he's above LeBron, nobody believes that. He's above Steph, nobody believes that.
He just gave you the numbers.
Nobody on God's green earth believes
You think
that he's
Andre
bigger.
just called up? You think Andre just called up and made up a number?
No,
Is that what you said?
absolutely don't think he
Okay,
made it
then
up. I said quote the source. That's all
He
I
could
said.
just tell you that.
No, quote there's no way on
He
God's
just
green
did it.
earth.
He just read it. Could just tell him where you got it from. That's all.
Yeah, I can't come on the Odd Couple just out here
No,
opining.
Dre, I absolutely believe. Dre, I respect. You know that. I wouldn't even be wasting my time. But I'm saying there's no way you don't even believe he has a Q rating higher than in LeBron.
Yes, he does. Now he does. Yes, he does.
Dre, you
LeBron
believe
is
that?
on the downside. Are you kidding?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Time Magazine. Time Magazine is the source.
Thank you.
And
Time Magazine.
Send
Go
me
look
that
it
link.
up. No,
I
go
actually
look it
am.
up.
I really am because there's no way Michael
He just
Jordan and
said
Shohei
it.
Ohtani.
He's making up a story about Time.
if they're
Time Magazine.
if they're including the
he
world,
don't even want to believe Time Magazine
if
now.
they're including the world,
No,
I would agree.
They said American athlete.
No, I'm saying
American
domestically
athlete.
Q rating.
Hey, Andre, thank you. Tony in Michigan, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Tony?
Yo, what's up? So I'm kind of agreeing a little bit with both of y'all, but just like how Yao Ming was getting all the All-Star votes above Shaq and Kobe around their peak, that don't mean that he was the most famous. You're getting a lot of people from overseas who was making those votes at the time, but that don't mean he was more popular than Kobe and Shaq.
That's exactly my point. That's exactly my point.
No, but Ohtani is Ohtani is not just a Japanese star. He's something.
He's great.
Nobody said nobody.
Kelvin, let me
nobody's saying
talk.
that.
Damn it!
No, first of all,
Let me
first of all,
talk.
Rob. First of all,
My
please don't ever
God.
need to let me talk.
No, let me
Because
talk.
You don't. Hold
Every
on.
time I say something,
Rob,
my God.
Rob, he's great. I'm not saying he's not
He's
great.
not Yao Ming. My God, stop it with the Yao Ming. He's not Yao Ming. I don't care about no Pro Basketball Hall of Fame. I could care less about that. Come on, man.
Yao Ming is a Hall of Famer.
Yao Ming is not.
He's a Hall of Famer.
He's not Ohtani, and he will
He's a
never be
Hall of
Ohtani.
Famer.
Rob.
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is
Tony. Don't worry about it. You're making a lot of sense, Tony, because you absolutely understand when an entire continent is voting for you for something.
That's not. We're not talking about vote totals. We're not talking about vote totals, okay? That's not what we're
I'm
talking
talking about pop. I'm talking about popularity.
That's what the conversation was about. That's literally what the
popularity.
it was never said.
Tony,
the conversation
Tony,
is baseball doesn't have fans.
For you to bring up Yao Ming and Otani,
It actually made 1,000%
it didn't make
what he was
sense.
saying.
No, that's
Tony.
voting for an all-star for an
International star.
exhibition
Tony,
game.
Tony,
Stop
appreciate
it.
the call,
He's
Tony.
Stop
a
it.
huge international star.
Stop it.
Tony,
That's not what we're talking about.
we're
Otani is
talking
not
about
an
popularity.
international star.
And please be balanced with the let me talks if we're going to do that.
Yeah, well, we'll
Please
do
be
that.
balanced
That's
with that.
fine.
That's all I'm
fine.
going to say because I let you rock all the
Okay.
time for 10, 12 minutes.
Okay,
no
but you
problem
can't
because you're getting
interrupt
off.
me all the time, dude. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I was saying something
Noted.
and right away.
Okay,
Okay.
noted. Noted.